it's like an actual love of reality, the reality that I've been presented with. It's like, how can I be in that energy field of love even deeper and even greater? And then if I'm given the opportunity to outwardly effect change, but there's also much more beyond the material world, and we're given the opportunity to experience that at the same time as being firmly grounded in this reality. And so it's like wearing the world like a loose garment. There's a certain
knowing that you're wearing a garment. Yeah.
No, yeah, like, you know, in some respects right now in my life, there is so much stress. There is so much going on. Sometimes I wonder just how my brain is not exploding. It's just like every day. It's a lot. It's just, there's a lot of movement. There's a lot of expansion, a lot of growth in the earthly realm, in the material realm. Bought a house, renovating, you know, different companies, trying to sell this company, starting this other, you know, just doing the things, a relationship, right? Getting married, just all that. And it's all just much less serious as a result of having those powerfully transcendent experiences. And so I think that's the thing that is so important about exploring those realms, is understanding that when you're going interdimensional like that, it's tempting to build an attachment to those realms, right? Because you're not encumbered by your body and the physical experience, and all of your problems just melt away, and you're in these altered states of consciousness. But to me, the purpose of those altered states of consciousness is to come back here and just keep a toe in the water over there. That's like, oh yeah, I'm going to play along with the role of being a person because that's what I'm supposed to do. But I also know that this is just such a minute sliver of the greater expanse of reality, that beyond the perception that I'm given from being in a body, there's an infinite number of dimensions and realms that are also coexisting with the realm that I believe to be so true and solid here. And I think that that's the way out of the rigidity and the limitations of scientism and politics and social constructs and this addiction to changing the outside world to meet my belief systems and and to overcome that cognitive dissonance I was talking about before. It really is like the world is exactly as it's supposed to be, and it's my job to navigate through this world in as much alignment to love as possible. Like that's the job. That's the job. Is this love or not? If it's not love, I don't punish myself. I do my best to veer myself back toward love. And that's not love like a romantic love, like, oh, I love you, man. I love you, baby. It's an acknowledgement of the energy field of love toward the entire universal human and beyond human experience. It's like an actual love of reality, the reality that I've been presented with. It's like, how can I be in that energy field of love even deeper and even greater? And then if I'm given the opportunity to outwardly effect change, it's coming from pure inspiration and pure intuition, not out of an egoic desire to be right or to control other people's viewpoint or perception or behavior. There's no control necessary in love because love is the ultimate liberation from all control. So coming back into form and being in this world and playing in the duality becomes actually really interesting. It's really interesting. It
becomes fun. Yeah, it's like a metaphysical playground.
Yeah, and and that's not to say, man. I mean, I started a Telegram channel as just a dumping ground where I can put information I find in the world that is not allowed on other platforms, and I can go in there and go down rabbit holes just like the next person. Be like, oh my God, we're doomed. So it's not like what I'm describing is not something that I have mastered, but I taste it here and there, and from practicing it, I get better at it, right? Of just having a more detached relationship with day-to-day life.
Man,
and it just makes everything a lot lighter. You know, I think that's the thing. I mean, if I wrote down all of the things going on in my life that require my attention and awareness and work and all the things, I mean, like I said, it would be so overwhelming. But it's almost like, I don't know how, it's so hard to describe. It's almost as if someone else is doing it through me. I'm just sometimes feel like an automaton, right? And I'm just like, now I'm going to do this podcast. And then I watch the body get in the car and it has to go over here to Home Depot. And then it has to do this and that. And I'm just kind of along for the ride and living life in that way with a less sticky grip and attachment on outcomes and all of the details of it just makes it all just so much more fun and also just entertaining and surprising. It's like living really in the moment and just doing what the next indicated step is rather than future tripping about if and when.